Question everything, for the truth should not be televised. And that's for sure. So with that, yeah, you had the Black Caucus out there in California deny his reparations. Do you see how it worked? Do you see how it is? See, Malcolm X told us about these chucking and jiving and cooning, so-called appointed representatives that's supposed to represent us, that don't represent us. That's why we in the position we in. See, it's one thing to deal with a system that has anti-black hatred and history of Holocaust massacre and genocide in your people, as well as a high level of hatred against your people, but to have to deal with your own people who've been spliced into two different categories, that them brothers and sisters that's in that house and those brothers and sisters that's are in the field, totally spliced. If y'all know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If not, go look up house brothers and sisters and field brothers and sisters on the sense of what Malcolm was talking about in our ancestors and our forefathers and our grandparents. Because at the end of the day, when you're dealing with white supremacy, they'll use your own to go against you. They'll use your own to demonize you. They'll use your own to actually deny you. They'll use your own to come take you right off the, if you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, it still be the same white supremacists that's behind the scene, that's manipulating what those that look like you in front of the scene actually are saying or stating or passing when it comes to bills or any type of legislating movements against us. It's just what it is, man. So when you look at the Black Caucus out there in California, you know what they are. They're the chucking and jiving, cooning brothers and sisters for themselves. Those that live in the house. Those that's willing to see the rest of their nation be destroyed, rest of their nation without, rest of their nation starving, rest of their nation in ghetto slums and hoods, openly knowing that they are. As long as they're getting a bag, as long as they're getting paid, they don't care about their own nation. And this is what they show forth. And this is why they can block the different bills that was trying to be passed to set up for reparations, knowing that it's by law owed legally. See, these are the games they're playing. You shouldn't be able to you shouldn't be able to block law. You shouldn't be able to block judgments against crimes that has been done openly, that is proven and known nationwide and worldwide. How can you block justice for crimes against humanity? That don't make any sense. These are the games they want us to play. You can't block justice. You either got justice or you don't. Either laws that you're supposed to abide by that deals with crimes against humanity done to a nation of people, or you don't have them. Bottom line. And this is where we at. The games that they continue to play. How can you block something that's been going on ever since POW, ever since our enslavement of our people on our own land? This is the game that they want to keep throwing in our face, even though you paying taxes to help other nations right now with your tax dollars and getting nothing out of it. Right now, as you speak, got immigrants coming into your communities and you ain't getting nothing out of it. But this is the reality that they want to play, because it's a game, dog. It's a game. They got the money. They know that they broke the law. They know that they did crimes against humanity against our people. They know they Holocaust massacred and genocide our people. You can't put that to a side. They've been putting it and putting it and putting it and putting it and putting it to the side ever since 40 Acres and the Mule. But when we gonna get tired of this bull crap that they selling us by allowing and pushing us to keep paying taxes, and our tax dollars are going to provide for everybody else but our own people, but our own communities, but our own nation? How do that work for us? Because we're not asking them for nothing. We're asking them for justice, and they can't even give us justice in the form of reparative justice, which is reparations that they owe our people. We asking for a bill passed for protection against hate crime that they owe our people based off the hatred of years of being hated by these people right here on this soil that they won't give us, even though the federal census of ethnic hate crime say we #1 on the list. It's no time to keep asking them. It's no time to keep begging. It's time to start putting boots on ground, 10 toes down, and making something happen, making them understand that when you break the law, that there are consequences and accountability for breaking the law. Since they want to hold us up to the law that they created on our backs, as they continue to commit crimes on our forefathers and ancestors, then it's time for us to start showing them that if they're not going to follow their laws, is it righteous for us to do so? If they're not going to follow what they have written down for crimes against humanity, when they know that they have did this to our bloodline, if they're not going to follow their own so-called system of laws, then why should the rest of us do the same? Maybe we should do just like they're doing. Maybe we should be just like they're being. Because at the end of the day, obviously, from what we see today, their generational wealth came from all sorts of chaos. And if they're not willing to help correct the wrong in a lawful manner, then at the end of the day, anywhere and everywhere you see injustice being done, there must be someone willing to push that justice on those that are pushing injustice. So at the end of the day, if it's the Black Caucus, if they want to go against us in the form of injustice, knowing that they owe us for what has been done to us by justice, by law, then we need to go against them as well. Because that's the reality to it. And we need to put 10 toes down, put boots on ground, get out there grassroots, and continue to push the issue. We want reparations. We want justice. We want resources in our community. We want this economic oppression lifted off of our backs of our children. We want justice in the form of what is owed to us through the resources that they owe us, instead of having us under this embargo that they got us under. It's time to start speaking up and speaking out as men, as parents, as fathers, as older brothers, as older uncles, as the lions of our nation. We must stand, because if we don't stand now, in the end, our babies ain't gonna have nothing but mass incarceration, prisons for your little one. And if you don't know that, now you know. And with that, we just don't get you, Black Caucus. We just don't stand with you, Black Caucus. We're totally against you, Black Caucus. And with that, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. But that is the question. You let me know. Praise, praise.